Hey guys, welcome back to Deeper Than Most. I'm your host DJ.
And I'm your host Sav.
So
We are
today,
episode. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Go ahead. We're on episode 22, you guys. Yeah, we getting on up there.
insert Taylor Swift song here.
I'm feeling. Yeah. So
But yeah,
cheers
yeah,
to that. Cheers to
definitely.
us. You know what we're cheersing to as well? Another lit myth mashup. And not just any myth mashup this week, guys. We're doing Hindu today.
And it's going to be interesting. A lot of mispronunciations, so be prepared.
As always, we're your king
Lovely
and
house.
queen. Yeah, we're your king and queen of fucking up shit that we can't pronounce.
Yeah, it's okay though. We'll work on that eventually. Maybe, probably.
Yeah, it depends. But if you're new around here, I'm your host Sav.
And I'm your host DJ again.
Yeah. Oh wait, did we already do all that? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Already lit. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And what?
So guys, we're going to get into our current events. We have 2 this time.
But I just want to briefly touch on this whole Free Britney movement, but instead of freeing Britney, they freed Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. So we
Can
free
somebody
and,
explain? Why?
Well,
Who made the executive decision?
why? Yeah.
Like-
That's a great question. Why?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's a great question. The biggest question is why? Why the fuck?
Yeah.
Out of all people,
Yeah.
out of all situations,
That
though,
shit right
I would
there.
expect.
I don't even want to get deep into it because enough people have talked about it, but do better.
Please.
And that's all I'm gonna say. I
Please.
heard it was due to an error that the prosecution made,
Well, we knew they
but-
couldn't do their job, but damn.
but just do better.
Please.
That's it, and that's all.
That's all
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
saying.
even want to give him too
Expound.
much runtime because why are we talking about him,
Right.
Mr. Pill Cosby?
Say it again. Say it loud and proud.
Mr. Pill Cosby. Anyways, I don't even want to waste any more time. So, the first current event that we have today is involving China. And this, kind of makes me think of Arrival, babe.
Again?
Anyways, if you have not seen Arrival, guys, I highly recommend. It's a really good movie. But this reminds me of that, the scene with her talking to the... What was he?
The
Commander-in-Chief or something? For the Chinese army? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a higher up, a hierarchy in China. Anyways, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. So, China plans to send the first humans to the Red Planet. And, I don't know who's going to be first, honestly, but just given the timeline of how they're going to carry out their mission, I don't know for sure if they would be able to achieve being the first, but, we can keep our we'll keep our hopes high. So, just about a week ago, China's go-to rocket manufacturer released their roadmap to sending a crewed mission to Mars. And this would be the first one ever. We've been to the moon.
First it was the moon, now it's Mars.
But-
Here we go. Another space race. Yahoo.
Yes. So,
Is this one going to be faked? Who knows?
probably. However, NASA or SpaceX might beat them to it. It just sounds kind of likely to be the case, honestly. Just because they've been working at this for a while. So this plan entails the mission to Mars to take place by 2033. So if it happens sooner, even better. But their goal is to roll it out by then. So head of state Wang Xiaojun has a 3-step plan to get humans to Mars. This was announced at the Global Space Exploration Conference, aka the GLEX. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Sounds official. Babe, I actually said his name right, I think. I did good.
Hey, you did better than a lot of people.
So the stages go as follows. Their first step is to send robots and AI to the planet first to collect samples and determine a base setup location. Second, yeah, it is very smart, which is I feel like that's kind of what we're all doing right now. Well, what they're all doing right
SpaceX
now.
Already.
Yeah, because they've already got rovers out there, but so does
SpaceX,
China. China already has their rovers out there. So step 2 is to send humans and materials into space and to Mars to construct the base. So wherever the AI and the robots deem an area that's safe to build the base, that's when the humans will eventually go and build it themselves. Yeah. And then the last step is sending large amounts of cargo and materials to the new base, and this last step will kind of continue to carry out. So it's not just like a one-time thing. They're going to do it multiple times.
Yeah, it's not a one-time trip deal.
Yeah. Because you can never have too much cargo. So this plan is scheduled to roll out during 2023, 2035, 2037, 2041, 2043, and so on and so forth. Like, they're literally just going to keep going. And this will break the mission up into many phases. So they're just going to keep rolling them out one by one.
I mean, hey, can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Can't be mad at that at all.
I mean, it's just cool to see that other places have an interest in this, and that, well, I don't know if it's cool or if we should be worried. Because
a little bit of both, honestly.
We've been going through a heat wave, y'all, and this is not good. Like, I know we said this last episode, but global warming really is a thing. And we just need to do better, because sooner than we think, Earth is going to be inhabitable and we're going to be shit out of luck. So I honestly think that's why there's
15 years, kids.
Who?
Scientists are giving us like max 15 years.
Maybe that's in our lifetime.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Don't tell me shit like that, because then it's just gonna make me say fuck the world.
And that's like if we continue to be as destructive.
Well, I'm sure we are, and I'm sure it's only gonna get worse.
Well,
because...
I mean, there's that, but then there's also the side of like the progressive side of things, where they are like working on stuff to make the planet better too. So it depends on which. I mean, comes first.
Yes, but that counteractive.
Oh yeah, it's all
damage is
for sure.
far worse.
It just depends on which progresses faster and first. Which the damage is more likely. Yeah.
The damage is already done. And
continuing.
Exactly.
So our next current event.
Well, this one's crazy.
Destruction from out of the blue.
And like, honestly, R.I.P. to the victims, because there are multiple victims with this scenario. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and like, I'm surprised that it's not really like in the news like you would think. Like, I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I kind of just came across it out of nowhere. So
wow, see, this is the part of the real stuff they don't want you to hear about, but let's
because people are distracted by Bill Cosby getting out of jail,
so many other things,
yeah.
So last week, a condo building in Miami, Florida collapsed. Even though in 2018 the building was declared to be in great shape by Jason Borden, who was an engineer, he claimed to have worked very closely with the structure. That morning, as the events began to unfold, Cassie Stratton, 40 years old, called her husband in a panic. Her husband was in D.C. at this time when he got a call around 1:30 a.m. from Cassie, of course, and she frantically explained...
That was his time.
Okay.
Yeah, her time it was like 10 or 11.
Damn, that's kind of scary. That's scary. She frantically explained that their building was shaking and went into detail about a sinkhole. Ooh, those are always fucking scary to hear about. Because they just happen.
Sinkholes and earthquakes.
Yeah, they just happen. Like, at random.
And floods.
Yeah, flash floods are scary as fuck. According to the Washington Post, Stratton was on her balcony when she felt a tremor. She then witnessed the pool deck completely cave inward. Ooh.
Imagine seeing that shit.
Ooh, just on your balcony, enjoying your coffee or whatnot, and then the fucking pool just...
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, it was like nighttime, but yeah.
Oof. The line then went dead. Cassie, among presumably 100 other victims, are still missing and unaccounted for. And it is also reported that the land this building is on has been shrinking for the past couple of decades, slowly but surely, causing dangerous environments for these structures to sit on.
Fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is crazy.
But, yeah, like, he knew that shit was falling apart. Like, you could tell there were cracks in the building and everything.
Oh, the foundation was like all.
Yeah.
I mean, I
it's been reported since like 1990 something or 1980
so
something.
They've been out of code.
No, that the ground has been shrinking, and when the ground shrinks, obviously the
tectonic plates.
The structure of these buildings is definitely going to shift and eventually collapse, and that's what it did. And yeah, Cassie, among like about 100 other people, are missing. Like under the rubbish, they can't find them. Mm-hmm. Even her with her story, and like, you know, she was able to call her husband. That's how it got out to the public. But nobody's heard anything else from her.
That's sad.
Scary as hell. So that's all we have for our current events.
And now it is time to get into
our Hindu deities.
Mashup deities.
Mashups, yeah. So we have 4 of them for you guys today. I feel like that's kind of just what we do now. Is like 3 or 4. I mean, what the fuck am I saying? 2 or 3 deities each, because that's just what works. So, the first one is mine, and this is about the god Brahma. But before I jump into like him, I just want to spill a little fun fact with you guys that there are 33 million Hindu deities in total.
33 million fucking gods
and
goddesses.
Yeah, that's a fucking lot, dude. Wow. And I don't even know how many there are in like Greek or Norse myth, but that's a lot.
I mean, there are tons in those too, but 33 million? I don't think any of them have 33
I don't even understand how you can keep up with those.
I don't even think people do keep up with them, because like with Hindu, like the gods and goddesses, they're so, I guess, I want to say interconnected, but like they're like so together that a lot of them bleed into other ones, or like,
you just, like you said, connected.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yes. So Brahma is the god of creation, and Brahma is considered a big deal. It's mainly believed that he was born from a golden egg and created the universe.
A fucking golden egg.
That's kind of fancy.
Cool as fuck.
Yeah. But in other renditions, he came from a lotus that was inside of the deity Vishnu's navel. And we were talking about Vishnu earlier.
Vishnu.
Yeah. So kind of just depends on which origin background you're going into with him. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the golden egg one, though.
Yeah, that golden egg is kind of cool. Like, what?
It's different. But a lotus? That's nice, too. So, he is often depicted with 4 heads to represent that he is all-knowing, and he holds a rosary, an alms bowl, which is a bowl that is used to collect food or money amongst monks, at least these days.
I was kind of like an offering bowl that they pass around in church. Mm-hmm. Okay. He's
also portrayed with a bow and a Rigveda or a Rijveda. All right. Sorry, guys. Back to what I was saying. It's the oldest Hindu scriptures known. And if you're noticing a light change, yeah.
We're having slight technical difficulties right now, so bear with us.
I like how we shouted out our light. Son, can we just film this podcast episode, please? Anyways, I like how we shouted out our fucking light when we first started the podcast, because we were so happy to just have a light, because we didn't have one at first. And like as soon as we got it, they didn't even use it to see how good it was. So in other words, we need to look into like an actual tripod light, because this little one that we have is just not cutting it. It's just not doing what it needs to do.
It's not giving what it needs to give.
Yeah. So this episode's gonna be a little yellowish, but it's okay.
It's cool. Just think of it
like a
cool little filter.
We'll be back next week, yeah. And it kind of matches the vibe.
Exactly.
So, continuing on, in the beginning, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma were considered 3 forms of the supreme deity. But 7th century rolls around, and Brahma widely lost his claim to being a supreme deity. So that really sucks. Continuing on, Trimurti, I don't even know. I don't know how to say it. Trimurti continued to be valued, but Brahma has no sect that exclusively worships him today, and very few temples are dedicated to him. So, overall, the supreme deity that they create together, so Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma, that is still widely worshipped today. But, and so is Shiva, and so is Vishnu, but Brahma himself, he's not.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
He kind of got devoted out of that. That's
pretty much. The 4 heads of Brahma do have a lot of meaning, symbolic to the 4 yugas, which are ages, the 4 varnas, which are social classes, 4 directions, and 4 stages of ashramas, which is life. And it's kind of funny because there's 4 of them. Interesting. I wonder if 4 is a lucky number.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a great
I'm gonna have to look
question.
into it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to look into that because it's all throughout.
Yeah, and it's got to be for a reason.
Yeah.
Maybe because I don't know. So, exemplars of faithfulness, music, and learning usually accompany him. He is also tied to being the father of Dharma, which is one of the Trinity. And he has one temple dedicated to him, which is located in Pushkar, which is in Rajasthan. I think I said that right. I think I'm doing better this episode than some of the other ones.
You're doing real good.
Referred to as Prajati, his story goes as follows. To create the uni, he gave birth to 11 forefathers of the human race. Yeah.
Wait.
John and Kate plus 8, but it's Brahma plus the llama. Goddamn.
I'm telling you.
So, they were called Prajapatis, and he also created 7 great sages called the Saptarishi. Yes. All of these children were born out of his mind as opposed to his body.
Okay, Zeus.
Right? I know. Just that concept itself is very interesting to me.
The mind, man.
Because the mind is so amazing.
The mind, man.
Yeah.
The mind is everything.
And honestly, it doesn't sound too far-fetched.
Right. So, there's sense to this nigga imagination.
Yeah. So he's also seen with red skin, sitting on a lotus, in a lotus pose, and is around a goose or riding a white swan. And it's kind of fitting if he came out of an egg. Right. I don't understand what that necessarily represents because I didn't get that information. But it's there.
My man riding fancy.
What's wrong? Riding dirty, goddamn.
Straight up. So, guys, we've reached the point to where we thank our sponsors. See you soon.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free and it's easy to use.
There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast straight from your phone or computer, making it the best user experience around.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more, making it so you don't have to upload to each individual platform.
And the best thing about it, you can make money straight from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
So please, download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. And that's Anchor.fm, spelled ANCHOR.FM.
So what are you doing? Download the free Anchor app now.
So, now we get into my pick. And this one is a goddess this time. I don't know.
Goddess?
Yeah, I don't normally do
goddesses. I did all gods.
So, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you usually do gods. Yeah. And both of yours are goddesses, right?
Yes.
Interesting. And I did both gods. Okay, well, we still got a balance. So
this goddess, her name is Parvati. I spelled it wrong on the slide, but it's actually Parvati. So, she is known as the goddess of supreme energy. But
what does that mean?
I'm going to get into it. People also call her the Adi Parasahakti, which means first supreme energy. So she's essentially the female version of Brahma.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Interesting.
It says Adi is described in the Puranas as a mother whose energy is responsible for the creation, preservation, and destruction of the universe. So she's
Basically
literally,
God.
literally the embodiment of everything.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Did
It's
you
pretty-
pick her because I picked Brahma?
No,
And it just ties
I
together?
literally just like went on a whim and just picked two.
So did I. Interesting.
Look
at Great minds think alike.
Goddamn. So, to get a little bit more on her, Parvati has multiple forms. The most known is the different personalities. And this one is pretty interesting in itself. When I read it, I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. So, it goes into 10 of them.
10?
Yes, 10.
You can never get bored with her. What?
The 10 cosmic personalities of Divine Mother Goddess are known as Das Mahavidya. I believe that's how you say it. So,
Hey, you tried.
yeah. Dasa Mahavidyas are wisdom goddesses,
Ooh.
where Dasa means 10, Maha means great, and Vidya means wisdom. See, it's cool.
That's really cool.
It's cool as hell.
Everything means something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, all of this means nothing because everything's a simulation.
Yo.
And that's the end of the video, guys. Have
Yup.
a
See you
great
guys
one.
next week.
Psych, no.
Nah.
But, everything does have meaning.
Yeah, and that's
just
it's
very
a very
interesting.
that's a very interesting one.
Because, why? Why does everything have to have meaning?
Yeah, but why does everything mean nothing at the same time?
Yeah, because it's only what we perceive it to be.
Yep, the mind is everything.
Jesus, I'm not trying to go back down this rabbit hole. I'm
the
not.
mind is everything, man. So it gets even better because each form has her own name, story, personality, and mantras.
Damn.
And I didn't get too deep into those because
It's not about them.
Yeah,
It's about her.
yeah. And the personalities are Kali or Kali, Tara, Maha, Tripura, Sundari. Now this one is
I think it's Bhuvaneshwari.
perfect. I'm gonna just go with that because I don't know. Bhairavi, Chinnamasta, Dhamavati. You want to try this one?
Banglamuki.
Yes. Matangi and Kamala.
Kamala Harris? Let me
Maybe.
stop.
Maybe. Okay, Kamala Louise.
Let me find out.
She done took it down for just to be the VP.
I swear. But that is really interesting.
Yeah, that
Is that why she has so many hands? What does that mean? Like, I really be trying to figure out what that means.
She's actually a triple goddess also. She is...
Okay, but like, what do the extra hands mean in all of them? Like, Vishnu,
Well, I guess
her?
they kind of did explain it. I guess they mean like the directions and whatever. But with her, they're like... She's like three goddesses like in one. So she is actually... herself, Shiva, and I forget who else.
What?
Yeah, so it's a lot.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and I didn't really find like a story on her per se.
I don't think there really are too many stories on these deities, but also, if there are, they're like very, very long.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Is that all you have for her?
and that's Parvati.
Interesting.
Yeah, I definitely
That's
would
really
be
cool,
down to
though.
like get deeper into her, but like
Yeah.
it's a catalog, man.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard finding the information for, at least for me personally, it was hard finding the information
Oh
for
yeah,
my
no, definitely.
deities because I just
Like it's so
didn't know what to believe or
yeah,
where to
the thing
look.
about it is so expansive, and there are so many different incantations and different stories.
Yes.
You kind of don't know like which to like go with. So
Yes.
it-
And like, to be honest, I don't know much about the history of it. So
it's
that
interesting.
doesn't help.
Yeah, no, the history of Hindu is pretty interesting, alongside Confucianism and Taoism and all these
What the
other
hell
ones.
is Confucianism?
Yeah, I will have to give you a crash course on that. It's pretty interesting too.
We're going to go ahead and hop into the third deity.
Do.
And this is Rama. and he is the god of chivalry and virtue.
Chivalry is dead.
It is. It's always been dead, but we bringing it back, baby.
Slowly but surely.
So he is one of the most widely known. Or wow, can I read? He is. He is one of the most widely worshipped Hindu deities. In Indian tradition, there are actually 3 different Ramas. So there's Parashurama, there's Balarama, and there's Ramachandra. And the one that I'm actually talking about is Ramachandra.
I'm gonna say that's Ramachandra.
Ramachandra? I mean Ramachandra. I cannot right now. We just go and say Rama.
Yeah.
So he is the 7th reincarnation of Vishnu, and I didn't even know that Vishnu had multiple reincarnations and all this other stuff.
It's really...
So I see why there's like 33 million of them. So there's like male and female versions and reincarnations of the same god,
infusions and like
it's a lot.
It's a lot,
but it's cool because it's different. Like this is like nothing that we've covered when it comes down to mythology.
Hindu is so it's a beautiful religion. Like what it means and everything is awesome.
Yes.
But like getting into the different deities and like the different meanings for different things, it's hard because it's so much.
Yeah, definitely. It just takes a lot of research and patience and just willingness to learn, you know, to actually just educate yourself on it. And honestly, I think after doing this episode, like, it makes me want to look into it more.
Because, like, think about it. When you're in high school, you know, early middle school, they teach you about it. But it's always, like, the surface.
Where? Because I didn't learn none of this shit.
Oh, for real? Y'all didn't learn about, like, the different religions, like Hindu and, like, Judaism and stuff like that?
I learned about the religion, but not... Well, okay, so... Are these... See, that's where my confusion comes in, because we're always talking about, like, mythology when we're talking about this, but for some reason I feel like Vishnu and Shiva and these certain gods and goddesses are more religious than they are a myth, as opposed to like Greek mythology, where it's not necessarily religious, it's just something that is widely believed.
It's more religion than anything.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to like grasp that, like, okay, this is more serious than just a myth, like just a fun story.
Yeah, no, this is So
it's a way of life. I don't know. It's hard to like. It's hard for me to like relate the two, which is why this one is so different, you guys. But it's cool. Like, I like it.
It's cool as fuck.
Cause I feel like it holds more weight that way.
And
it's a story, but then again, so is God. Like that's a story.
Like this is somebody's way of life. Like
exactly, but people actually believe it and have like faith. So I don't know. It's just very cool to learn about. So references to Rama date back to early centuries, which is CE, right? Or is it just early century CE? I don't know how early times work,
I guess
y'all.
It's the CE. I don't know.
Man, that shit is a mind twist. No, for real. Like, I don't understand that at all. So, however, he wasn't commonly worshipped till the 11th century. Rama is perceived as the model of reason, right actions, and desirable virtues, and I fuck with all of that. Like, that's cool.
This is what I mean, where like everything has a meaning, and it's all good shit. Like, it's all shit that makes sense.
And it's like it's shit that you would want to worship and like
that you want to aspire to be and like work towards.
Yeah, and it's like positive things, which I like. So, Rama's name is also a pretty popular greeting among friends. And
that I did not know.
Yeah. And so, but they don't say like Rama. They'll say Ram Ram. I don't know how they say it. Maybe it's Ram Ram or Ram Ram. I don't know. But yeah, they say Ram Ram.
That's cool. I like that.
I low-key want to start saying that shit when I see folks. Ram Ram!
They ain't gonna know what the fuck you mean.
Exactly. That's the point. So...
Unless they do.
Maybe. That's even better. So, Rama is most often invoked at death, which reminds me of... Let me think.
Slam the cup on the table.
I'm trying to think. In Norse mythology, who's the dude with the... No, it's Celtic. Who's the dude with the flute? The god
Is it the forest guy?
Yes.
What's his name? Ceramus?
Sir Nunos.
Sir Nunos, yes.
That reminds me of Cernunnos. If you didn't tune into it, you definitely need to tune into
Watch it,
our
guys.
Celtic
Listen to
myth
it.
mashup, because that shit was lit. It was fun.
As fuck.
Yeah. But there was a god in there that we covered, Cernunnos, and he's kind of like invoked at death as well. Like he'll basically not sing, but play a harmonic
Serenade.
melody on your way to death. So it kind of just reminds me of that. But Rama is presented as standing up, holding an arrow in his right hand and a bow in his left. He is also attended by his wife Sita and his favorite bro, Lakshmana.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a monkey. Oh.
And his monkey companion, Hanuman.
I want a finger monkey.
Me too. I want a sugar glider, for sure. So, in paintings, he is depicted as a dark color to indicate his affinity with Vishnu. And honestly, like you said, everything is connected.
Yeah.
Like, especially with Vishnu.
Yeah.
Vishnu must be like top dog.
Vishnu and like Shiva, they're mostly the ones that are.
And I feel like Vishnu is the one that is often most portrayed.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
He also wears the Kirita Makuta, which is a tall cone-shaped cap. This indicates his royal status.
Hey, okay.
So it's kind of like his crown.
Yeah.
And notably, he slayed the demon king Ravana, which is a big-ass flex.
Right?
He is noted to be the most virtuous hero, and him and his wife Sita encapsulate the perfect image of purity and marital devotion.
Oh.
Why are we always talking about marriage on here? Bro, we done like 2 or 3 intro topics covering like proposals
I mean,
or
bro,
like...
if you want me to marry you, bro.
Don't play with me.
I'm down.
Because you know I already want to get married. Bro.
I'm down.
But, stop.
You guys throwing hints at me.
No, but we're always... What do you mean? Oh, so you think I'm throwing hints?
Have y'all been catching it?
Not even. Oh, wow. Why? Because I said we was going to get married in space last week?
Does it not seem like you would, like, does it not? Would you not think that?
No.
If you were, and like, huh, maybe she...
Is that how you feel?
No,
but
I'm just saying.
You think I'm throwing hints?
But does it not seem like, you see how it can be seen like that, no?
I mean, no, we're...
Anyway.
No, that's not my
purity and marital
intention.
devotion.
Even though I would love to marry you, but that's not my intention. Anyways, we're getting off topic. So, he is youthful and usually has blue or green skin and a yellow robe.
Beautiful. So, we have reached the final goddess.
Dum, dum, dum.
Who is she? The goddess Saraswati is generally shown...
Why does that sound familiar? That sounds familiar. I'm sorry.
Does it?
Continue. Yeah.
So, this goddess also has 4 arms. And her arms represent the 4 aspects of human personality and learning, which are the mind, intellect, alertness, and ego.
Sound about right.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is. And the things that they represent are so different.
Yes. It's fucking cool.
Like, it's not weather or anything. Like, it actually has something to do with, like, people.
It's like... yeah. It's the many shades of a person. It's fucking great.
Yes.
Alternatively, these 4 arms also represent the 4 Vedas, or Vedas, the primary sacred books of Hinduism.
Is it kind of like the Bible, but for Hinduism? Just the scripture?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you can say it like that. I was probably gonna relate it more to like the Quran, maybe. But,
okay.
Yeah. Adored by her followers in search of excellence in wisdom, education, and music, the name Saraswati comes from Saras, meaning flow, and Wati, meaning she who has, also known as she who has flow.
That's kind of cool.
Right? Or it can mean essence, and Swa can mean self. So Saraswati is a symbol of knowledge. Its flow or growth is like a river, and knowledge is supremely alluring, like a beautiful woman.
Wow.
And so she's commonly depicted as being a beautiful or fair-looking woman with her forearms on primarily like a lotus. And
a lot of them are like on lotuses.
Yeah. And she's seen playing whatever instrument that is. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Definitely not a ukulele. I don't know, but yeah. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what I have for her. Like, in terms of her story, again, not really much to find. Well, I wouldn't say not much to find. It's just, like, super expansive, so you can't.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It's cool, but for the myth mashups, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
We can't fit everything that we want to fit into these, which is kind of what sucks.
But
unless we were to go into, like, one episode each for, like, each deity. Then we would be able to, like, dive extra deep. But I don't know.
But the beauty of it all is the fact that we're getting the information out to you. So if you are interested and you want to look into it, you definitely can.
Yeah, because these are probably gods or goddesses you probably haven't heard of.
I highly encourage you, if you're into looking up or looking into religious deities, definitely look into Hindu. And even Buddhism, because it's beautiful stuff.
And the next myth mashup that we're doing, y'all, it's gonna be a good one. I feel like it'll be really fun and interesting because it's gonna be Egyptian. Oh, I'm excited.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
That one's gonna be lit. We might do 3 each for that one. I don't know.
We might have to get into that. That'll be real fun.
Yeah. So that brings us to the conclusion of these 4 Hindu deities, and I loved this. This was great.
Yeah, no, I love it.
This wasn't as like lit and crazy as our other myth mashups, but I don't think it really called for that. Nah. I think the information did what it was supposed to do, and I think that's really cool. Like, I don't know, I definitely learned something with this episode, which I learned something with all of the episodes that we do, but this one was just cool. It's something that I never thought to tap into. So, I really enjoyed this. But before we leave you, of course we've got some ending questions. Yeah.
The first one. What is your favorite part of Hindu mythology? And I'd say for me, the favorite part is just the meaning of everything. I like stuff that has, like, deep meaning. And it's not even like it means, it's not even like it means something in terms of, like, nature or, like, stuff like that. It's, like, having to do with the way you think and the way you, the way you carry yourself. So I really like that.
Things that, I don't want to say that nature doesn't actively affect us. But, things that relate to us. I agree with that as well. But I think one of my favorite parts is, like, the names. And
the names are cool.
The names are cool as hell. But also the fact that there is 33 million Hindu deities out there.
33 million, but god damn.
That is cool as hell. I think that's my favorite part, because that's a big ass flex.
I would definitely, like, look into the list just to see.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see, like,
it's extensive. I don't know.
I wonder, like, what other ones have, like, cool depictions.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure all of them do, because why have all of them if they didn't mean something?
Right. Have you seen Shiva's depiction?
No, I have not. Maybe I have. I don't know.
You probably have, but definitely look it up.
I probably have. I just didn't know that it was sheep. Like Shiva.
Definitely look it up. It's cool as fuck. She's actually a badass.
Really?
Yes.
How we didn't cover her?
Because we...
Well, we might, revisit this. So, our second question is, would you recommend Hindu myths to anyone? And
yes.
Hell yeah, definitely. There's just so much to learn, and there's so much to unwrap when it comes down to this. It's just kind of crazy to not want to know more. Like,
it's one of those ones where it's like you're gonna come out of it knowing more about yourself than more about what you're learning. And,
like, there's probably deities and, like, gods and goddesses that you can relate to, and I don't know, like, see yourself in them. And I feel like that's what makes it even better, because like, you're more connected that way.
Like I said, it just gives you time to be introspective and learn more about yourself. So like, you can, pick out the qualities that you want to improve on, or pick out the qualities that you.
Exactly.
But yeah, for me, it's definitely a yes. Like I said, if I highly encourage all of you or any of you to look into it and read up.
Hell yeah. And if you would recommend Hindu myths to anyone, recommend our podcast to them.
Yes,
Recommend this
eager them
episode.
up.
So that way, they can get a little
I'm telling
gist.
you, make us the podcast of the summer. Why not?
Honestly, no, like,
Of the century, goddamn.
I swear. I know we be saying this a lot, y'all, but we really do appreciate all the love and support that we get.
We
Like,
love you guys. We
that
love you
shit,
guys. This is great.
it just feels so good. It feels so good to, like, have a community of people that care about what we have to say.
And the fact that, like, we've been doing this for 6 months. And
6 months. Happy 6 months to us. Cheers.
And the community is growing. So, like,
Actively
not only,
growing.
You guys are going to be at a point where you can be like, oh, damn, I used to be an OG fan. I remember when
Oh,
they
yeah.
first
Seeing
started.
us on our journey.
Yeah, I remember when they first started doing the podcast.
Because I have a feeling we're probably not going to pop off till, like, episode 100.
Mm-hmm.
But just because, like, we're steadily growing, but it's at a slower pace. And eventually, we're going to get that one episode that just shoots us through the roof.
Right.
And I don't know what episode it's going to be. I low-key thought it was John Benet Ramsey when we dropped that bitch.
It was getting there.
Because that bitch was starting to shoot up. But, I don't know. I just know that it's coming, and I definitely feel that by 2022... the podcast will be successful, and the community that we have been growing with the podcast will be bigger than ever, and the love and support will just continue to flow. Like, that's really what I see in the future for DTU.
We're in a good spot now, but goddamn.
Hell yeah.
2 years from now, we're probably going to be in a great spot.
Hell yeah.
I'm always down for it.
Yeah. And I don't know, just interacting with you guys is great. If you think that we don't interact or you're scared to, like, reach out to us, we do interact.
Do it.
Yeah, we're not mean. Hopefully,
No,
I would hope nobody has gotten that impression from us. But yeah, we'll welcome you with open arms.
All 4 of them.
Like, what was her name? Parashwati.
Saraswati.
Yes, like Sarah. Fuck. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Saraswati.
Yes. So go ahead.
Or maybe Saraswati. Who knows?
I think it's Saraswati.
So, this brings us to the third and final question. What Hindu deity would you want to be if you had the choice? Ooh.
Saraswati.
So, out of all 33 million, I'm going to have to say...
Well, out of all 33 million, maybe Vishnu.
Yeah,
just because he got all the clout.
The coolest one. Yeah.
He got all the clout.
Yeah, he cool as fuck.
But honestly, Saraswati, like, I just like that. I really like that. Her and Rama. Rama's cool.
Rama's cool.
Virtue, chivalry. I love it. I love it all. So yeah, I don't know. I would want to be a mix between the two. Wonder there probably is a deity that represents a mix of the two, and it's its own deity.
That's
so
scary to think about. Like I know that like these are just depictions, but I always think about what if they like actually existed, or what if you know what I'm saying? That's scary. Like,
possibly.
Like seeing that in person, that could have been crazy.
8 arms and shit, an elephant head, all that extra stuff. Yeah. Sitting on a lotus.
Yeah.
Riding, coming out of a golden egg.
A golden egg.
I would be scared. But it would be cool as hell.
Oh yeah.
But at that point, you can't discredit anything because
a golden egg, bro.
A golden egg.
A golden egg, and then you
8
had
arms.
You had other.
An elephant head.
You had other deities out of your mind, bro. That's your imagination. You
Right.
imagined your
Like,
whole
what the
pantheon.
Dude, for real. Like, I don't know. I love the myth mashups that we do. I wonder when we're gonna stop. Like,
I don't know.
Are we just gonna cover all the myth origins that
Honestly,
we can?
there's a couple. Yeah,
We have a list, but
like there's a couple of ones that are so interesting that I really think you'd be like. Well, I don't even want to say they're just interesting. I want to say they're just ones that we
should
never
cover.
like. Yeah, ones that we've never heard of, and I would love to cover something we've
I'm
never heard
down.
of. Yeah,
Shoot some shots.
There's
Shoot some ideas.
There's a lot of different ones.
So that's it. We only have 3 ending questions. Yeah. But first off, if you're watching this on the tube of you, I don't know. If you like this yellow light, let us know. We might stick to this for a while, but if not, If it looks a little washed out and weird, we'll get back to our regular shit. We just be slacking, y'all, and we don't charge the light properly. And
We'll be back
the battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
So
What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't like that. But on a brighter note, well, not like this was dark anyway, but we have some exciting things in the works. Some collaborations and emphasis on collaborations.
Yes, multiple.
Multiple. Yeah. It's been a very great week, to say the least.
It's been a hell of a week.
It has. And to any other podcasts out there, small podcasts just like us.
Poor Minds 85 South Show.
No, small podcasts. Those motherfuckers done made it already. But small podcasts out there like us, don't be afraid to reach out, and support other small podcasts. We try to support as much as we can, and we just love seeing other podcasts like on their grind. Which is why you should follow us on our Instagram.
Keep a lookout on our story.
Because, yes, every Saturday we do a Saturday shout out where we shout out a podcast that has either made an impact on us or has been just on their grind, like doing what they need to do. Well, not what they need to do, but, basically showing out and putting in the work. And we just want to recognize those people and recognize the work that is being put in, because I feel like small podcasters just don't get the recognition that we deserve. And it's unfortunate because there's great shows out there like us. But anyways, but yeah, just keep an eye out for that, because every Saturday we will be shouting out a new podcast.
Who knows? You might see yours.
Yes, that is true. We've done, 3?
Yeah, I think we've done,
so far?
We've done 3 so far.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just want to keep the love going around, guys, and the positivity. We really do. Just enjoy it. It just makes our week better every week, literally. And I don't know, I just look forward to filming Fridays. It's my favorite. And I'm super excited for next week.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because next week we're doing another true crime case for the FNC series. And it's going to be in Georgia.
Ew.
We're going to Georgia next week, y'all.
Midnight train to Georgia.
Georgia. Georgia. Let me not sing. This ain't the time. But yeah, it's a true crime case in Georgia. And yeah, we just left Georgia.
6 months ago.
6 months ago. And 6 months flew by, but at the same time, it took forever.
Yeah, shit drags, man.
I feel like we've been here for a long time, but then I look back and I'm like, it's only been 6 months. But then I think about it in a different light, and I'm like, damn, it's already been 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months is actually quite a while.
Half a year. So yeah, happy 6 months to DTM Podcast once again.
Yes.
Well, cheers with our solo cups. And yeah, we're just gonna keep striving, keep doing what we're doing, and keep putting out this content for you guys.
Process, progress, and prosperity. The 3 P's, everyone. Always remember.
The triple P's. Let me stop. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. How should we end this off? Do you have any kind words? Anything cool to say? Anything new? Anything going through your head? Oh, Jesus, son, come here. He's so wet. He got sprayed because he's mad. They always want to do shit when we're filming. They always want to be bad when we're trying to do the podcast.
In regards to kind words, I will say check on your people, man. People are going through a tough time, always. Check on your people. Check on yourself. Be introspective. Learn to be introspective. That is the most rewarding thing you can do. You can learn more about yourself and understand why you are the way you are. And if you have bad habits, you can fix them. So,
definitely.
On that note.
And I would say trust in yourself.
Yes.
But also trust the process.
Always.
And be your own biggest fan. Don't expect anybody else to be your top fan or your cheerleader.
Nobody can be a better cheerleader than you, man.
Yeah, honestly. And I would say a key piece of advice is to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself with your flaws, with your strengths, with your weaknesses, with things that you have accomplished, with things that you can do to improve. It's just good to self-reflect, but self-reflection is nothing if you're not honest with yourself. So always just remain honest with who you are, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly, the nitty-gritty. It's definitely necessary, and it's good for your journey and your progress.
And to piggyback, when it comes to the process, yes, you should always trust the process, but always remember to understand the process. It's one thing to trust the process.
I mean, you might not always understand it, though.
No. When I say understand the process, I mean know that it's going to be hard.
Yes.
Know that there will be ups, there will be downs. Just those are the base things you should understand.
Yeah.
And there will be times you won't understand it. There will be times where you're like, damn, why am I still doing this? I want to fucking quit right now. But don't quit. Just keep going.
Because that's how you feeling right
all
now.
the time.
School is a motherfucker.
Yeah, so if you're in school.
And if you didn't know, we're both full-time students.
Yeah.
As well as full-time employees. As well as full-time podcasters.
Yeah, so.
Whoa, we do a lot and we don't give ourselves enough credit.
We do a lot of shit.
Wow.
We wear a lot
and
of
we're
hats.
full-time cat parents.
We do a lot. We wear a lot of hats around here.
We do. And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit. But we be doing the damn thing. We really do. So, with all of that being said, I know we've been rambling at the end of this one, but hey, I mean, it be like that one, sometimes. Oh, one more thing. We plan on doing a Q&A soon, guys. Send us questions.
Please.
Feel free.
Any question.
We put a post on our Instagram. You can DM us questions, email us questions, put it in the comments. It doesn't matter, but we're gonna tally up like all the questions and do them in a episode coming up soon. It's gonna be our first ever Q&A, so if you want to be a part of that,
feel free.
Send them in. So far, we've gotten 0 questions. So
come on, guys! I know
Yeah.
you have questions. You can't tell me you don't have questions.
And it could be a question about anything, like you said. It doesn't even have to be related to the podcast or true crime or conspiracies or anything. It could be why do girls get periods. It could be anything. Like, why is the sky blue? So, and we'll answer it to the best of our ability.
Well, the sky's blue because...
Yeah. So that is it for episode 22. Wow.
I know, man. We're getting up there.
Yeah,
Crazy.
we're about to be on episode 30 before we know it.
Right?
Whew, shit. Anyways, so with all that being said, once again,
I've been your host, DJ.
And I've been your host, Sav.
Stay light, stay bright, and stay positive. Catch us next week on another episode of
Deeper Than Most.